very busy all day, but very little work gets done. Sometimes it is called as I am very busily unproductive, or am I productively active? That's the question. For example, so one of us, we say that, oh, since morning I have replied so many mails, I have attended so many phone calls, I have conducted so many meetings. At the end of the day, you see that what is the result of all those things? The main work that is to be done remains undone. It just remains in the background, the work that is to be done. So oftentimes we lose track of the main work, and then we become busily preoccupied with other activities. One of the easiest examples I am sure you will appreciate is when you open the computer to do some very important work. At that time, some pop-ups come and then you click the pop-ups and you get lost. And then you get carried away by so many, suggestions which come in the YouTube, one after another. After a couple of hours, suddenly you realize that why did I start the computer in the first place? What did I intend to do? Did you complete the work that you intended to do, or you got carried away by the current of various pop-ups which came? That gives you a very easy example to understand, isn't it? We all have experience of that. Sometimes you go to your Instagram reel, with just one you go, then keep on moving. You don't realize how the time goes. With every move, time keeps going also. And we do see many things. Some of them may be valuable also, we don't know. But many times we often feel cheated. That time goes away without the main work remaining undone. It remains in the background. So one of the intentions of today's talk is that how not to waste our time and make it productive when we are, and also because of work being undone. Say for example, 5 days later you have an examination. Today you don't feel any tension because 5 more days are there. Then 4 days, then 3 days, then 2 days. 3-4 days I have been surfing internet, watching this and that. The day before, it increases my stress levels. After that. So therefore, another intention of this talk is how to work in a stress-free manner. How to get a lot of work done in a stress-free mood. So that also we will learn as we discuss further. And another aspect that can be covered under the same topic is work-life balance. For example, somebody, even while eating food, they are answering the mails or they are talking on phone calls, even while eating food. There is one fellow who, even while passing stool, he will be attending the phone call. The washroom also. He is thinking, why to waste? Anyway, I'm sitting only in the commode. Why to waste? And even at that time. So they feel a thrill of being busy all day. But eventually you will find that life will become so messy that it will lead them to the edge of a burnout. You will see that. Like there was one man who worked 16 hours a day. Suddenly one day he got a massive heart attack. He was rushed to the hospital. But he got more painful than heart attack for him was his wife had divorced and gone away. So in the family front, he was a failure. In the health front, he was a failure. Only one thing he had was a lot of money in his pocket. But he didn't know what to do with the money afterwards. The people for whom he was earning money, they were not there. And in this way, you can see that life can become extremely stressful because of work-life imbalance. There is imbalance in work and life. That is another topic which we will cover in the course of the talk. And more important than these two topics is your life compass. Where am I going? Why am I doing what I am doing? That's a question, very important question. Our ultimate goal of life, meaning of life, purpose of life. Actually, this can be an eye-opener. This can be a life changer for you. The answer to this question. Because, for example, in the Titanic, when it was drowning, all the chairs were falling. So many people thought the chairs are falling, so we have to set it right. So they were picking up the chairs and keeping. Little did they know that the Titanic is sinking. So if Titanic is sinking, what should you do? Should you board the lifeboats and jump off the ship? Or should you be setting right the chairs? Think about it. So setting right the chairs is a foolish thing to do at that time. So one should know what is the right action to be done. In the same manner, the life's purpose can really make one think very deeply about the meaning of life. Let me tell you a story. Once a man in a village was going on his bullock cart. Bullock cart was fastly going. So between this village and this village, there used to be a forest way. So in the midway, he went to the forest, through the forest. And at one point, he stopped his bullock cart and sat under a tree to eat his lunch. And he heard some murmuring sound. Just exactly behind the tree, there was a monk sitting and chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare. He was chanting, murmuring like that. And the man thought, oh, here is a monk. I should not eat my food without giving something. So then he went to the monk and asked, oh dear monk, would you like to have some food? I have a lot of food with me. Would you like to have some roti, sabji? Monk said, I'm comfortable, I'm all right, thank you. You go ahead, he said. The man asked him, while eating, what are you doing here? Monk said, I'm sitting and chanting, he said. That's all, you don't do any other work? No, this is all I do, he said. So the monk asked him, what are you doing? He said, I am taking the bullock cart with the goods and everything. I am going to deliver it in the next village. The monk asked, why do you do this? He said, actually, I have to do this to make money. He said, eventually, my goal is to get a tractor, he said. I will go and deliver everything. I will get a tractor with a trolley where I can load it. And do you know, the man said, this one tractor trolley can take 4 bullock carts. Goods can be taken. And he said, my goal is to carry a lot of goods from this village to that village and make a lot of money. The man asked, then what do you intend to do? And the man said, I have 4 sons, so I am intending to get 4 trolleys like that, 4 tractors with trolleys. So I can give them all one each, he said. After that what? Oh, I want to set up that business, so for all 4 of them will get settled. And we already have a big house. Now once the business is set, he said, then I am free, I will be retired. He said, then what he will do? He asked. After that what? I will sit and chant. He said, Sadhu said, that I am already doing. What you will do after 70 or 80, that I am already doing now. He was telling. So this put the man to great thinking about, whether is it really necessary what I am doing, learning about this world. So the scriptures teach us very graphically that when a child is born, the child doesn't wear any clothes, correct? Child comes with a naked body. And even if they put a cloth in the child's body, that cloth does not have a pocket. Why it doesn't have a pocket? Because child doesn't keep any money. Correct? No? And after a person dies, the cloth put over the body of the man, that also does not have any pocket because he doesn't carry any money. He comes with empty hand, goes with empty hand like that. Just like Alexander when he was buried. He had made a write up in the will, keep my hands out of the coffin. He asked why? Let the people know that I am not carrying anything with me. Secondly, he said, put all the gold and silver and everything in like a mountain and carry it to the graveyard and then take it back. Let people know that everything went up to graveyard and came back. Nothing went with me. Send all the doctors who treated me up to the graveyard. Let the world know that none of the doctors could save me. None of the doctors could prolong my life anymore. So that was a very meaningful move on the part of Alexander. At the age of 29, he conquered the whole world. At the age of 32, he had nothing. See, in this world, all of us think, if I can become a big business magnate, who will be well known in the world, and I can be counted as one of the billionaires. I become a small entrepreneur to begin with, and then I become a billionaire in the world. So in the business world, I'll be seen as a big business magnate. Or somebody thinks I become a great leader or a popular hero or a star, or a great father with loving children, or a big achiever in life. Everybody has some dreams in this world, dreams and ambitions in this world. But whatever we all become, it is the undeniable fact that the life is temporary. It has some fixed time period. So what happens to one beyond the age of 50? The body gradually strength wanes away. Our amount of food we eat reduces gradually. Our beauty reduces. And persons who are very prominent in the foreground go to the background. In my school days, Sunil Gavaskar was so far popular. Now what is he doing now? I think he's a commentator, I think now, wearing a cap and a cooling glass, and he'll be commenting now. Now there is Kohli, there is Sachin Tendulkar, and many other people, popular people now. Now I heard that one Instagram posting he gets several lakhs rupees for one small posting. So they're very big people, no? People are earning, and there are people who earn 1 crore in 1 minute or there are people like that. But when they get old, eventually you will see that they will go out of the scene, people in that world. So then why am I doing what I am doing? This question everybody should ask. That can actually give us some direction to life's purpose. So at the ground level, people are totally selfish. You will find that most people in the world, they only think about what is in it for me. WIAFM, we call it. That is the radio station they know. What is in it for? That's all they ask. So they are counted amongst animals, but they are called in a respectable way as two-legged animals instead of four-legged. That's all. People who only think about themselves. I, me, mine. It's called as me culture. They don't know anything beyond that. But there are people above them who are a bit selfless. They feel that I should add some value to this world. I should do something in this world. So they think about, there is one man in Hyderabad. His goal of life is to take care of all the dogs in the street. He feels pity for them. So he arranges for food and goes around street to street and making sure that no dog goes hungry. That is one of his. There are some people who want to protect the cows being killed in the slaughterhouse. Then there are people who are worried about the orphan children. They start orphanages. There are people worried about the poor people who are below the poverty line. They want to make sure that they get food. They distribute food liberally. There are people who do such things. All these are wonderful. When Srila Prabhupada came to Pune, there was one businessman called Bahari Malhotra, Wakefield company owner. He is the president of one club called the Top Management Consortium, TMT they call it. In that there are 50 richest people of Pune. And this is the man, number one man he is. So he welcomed Prabhupada to his house. So Prabhupada came. So this man asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, I will ask you a frank question, don't get offended. You are going here and there and building marble temples for Krishna. What is the need for building such a marble temple for God? Instead, take all the marble, sell it, and feed the poor. Why did you do that? That's more beneficial. For God, you could just have a small temple under the banyan tree. One small temple, that would do. Why should you waste your money in building such a big temple? So Prabhupada asked him in return a question with a little story. He told him, say if a billionaire's son gets lost, he became an orphan. Somehow he got lost in some fair or something, small kid, and is weeping and crying and roaming on the road with tattered clothes. Somebody may give him food. Then the child may eat the food because he is hungry. After eating food, again he will cry. Then somebody may give him clothes to wear. He may wear nice new clothes. Again he will cry. Somebody may give him medicine thinking he is sick. Again he will continue to cry. And then Prabhupada said, imagine if somebody understands that the child is crying, why? Because the child has lost the father. And then he picks up the child knowing well whom he belongs to. He reaches the child to his father. And the child looks at the father looks at the child, both are very happy. And then the father, being a billionaire, he can give the child, abundant quantity of food and clothing and shelter, everything he can provide. And then Prabhupada asked Malhotraji, out of the four, whom do you think did the greatest service? He asked. And Bhari Malhotra, without a thought, he said, it's very obvious, the fourth man did the greatest service. He connected the lost child back to his father. And he said, this is the best service, he said. Then Prabhupada told him, that's what we are doing in ISKCON, he said. Harimantra, what do you mean? He said, all the people roaming in this world are all lost children of God. They have left their father's abode, spiritual world, and come here, and they are suffering here. And in this world, they are eating food. Eating food, does it make them peaceful? After eating food, still they are lamenting, crying. And even if they get money, they are still crying. There are people, even with a lot of money, committing suicide in this world. We see that. So Prabhupada was telling that no matter they are getting any material commodities, they are not happy in this world. And then Prabhupada said, we are giving them, bringing them to the ISKCON temples, giving them training programs, giving them prasad, giving them darshan, teaching them Mahamantra chanting. And then you can see how the hippies became happies, how they became transformed in their hearts, and then they became perfect gentlemen. And we are all preparing them to go back home, back to God, he said. Malhotraji was so touched by Prabhupada's answer. The same day he went to market and purchased one Krishna doll this size, and he wore it in his neck. Till date he wears that. He has that in the neck. So he said, today onwards I am Krishna's devotee, he said. So Prabhupada's one meeting made a big impact on that fellow. Baliman Malhotra at Pune. So Srila Prabhupada is one man who very strongly identified with this purpose which I told you now. What is this purpose? Same purpose Prahlad Maharaj says. He says that the greatest service is done to a jiva when you awaken the jiva to his connection to God and take him back to God. So he found one purpose. If somebody cannot understand this purpose, then there are many other purposes. The next best purpose is to be liberated from the world of birth and death. Jnanis think about that purpose. And one step lesser than the purpose is to align with the Vedas and perform some sacrifice in alignment with God. Yajna arthat karmanaha. Anyatra lokam karma bandhana, he says. Align with God with some material desires to go to heaven. At least the two types of sense gratifiers. One is non-alignment, aligned with God is atheistic sense gratifiers. Then there are those that are aligned with God doing sense gratification. They are karma kandi svika. Like this, there are many purposes we can talk about. But most people nowadays, if you see, they often identify with some purpose which is on a mundane platform. They think that, okay, if I give food to poor, that's very great. So Prabhupada used to say, if you give food today, they'll come tomorrow again. If you give for 1 week, they'll come next week to you, asking for food. If you give for 1 year, they'll come next year. If you give them food whole life also, again they'll be reborn and say, I'm reborn now, please give me food again. They're going to come again. Because the jiva will come again and again in this world. If you start a hospital, you repair their leg, they will have problem in the heart. If you repair the heart, they may have brain tumor. If you repair the brain tumor, some other kidney, some part will give problem. The body can never be repaired fully. So anyone who understands that this body is temporary, soul is eternal, they will not get caught up in this mundane kind of approaches to life. So be very clear in your own life, what are you living your life for? When we were making the new temple in Pune, I just went around, was supervising during the construction. One mason, I asked him, what are you doing? He said, Swamiji, I'm just putting bricks and making a wall, he said. Another man, I asked mason, what are you doing? He said, I think I'm making a hall, he said. Third fellow I asked, what are you doing? He said, Swamiji, I wanted to share with you, in my life the greatest blessing has come upon me now. He said, ask, what is it? He said, all the years, last 30 years, he said, I have been building only skyscrapers, housing colonies. For the first time, I got a chance to make a temple of God. Now I am engaged in this. I feel very blessed because I am an old man, I am getting old. He said, at least one place like this, I could engage my mason's talent in building a temple of God. Out of the three, which fellow has a vision? Third one has a vision. Similarly, you ask a boy going to college, why are you studying? I'm studying to earn money. Why do you want money? I'm studying to fetch a job. Why do you want a job? I want to make money. Why do you want money? To eat, drink and be merry. Or you may say, I want to give my parents or whatever. They don't have any other goal nowadays. 90% of students. They don't know why are they living at all. So that's what I told you, selfish lifestyle I told you. But even those was that some boys wanted to study for UPSC in India because they want to become some bureaucrat and then do something for the nation. Correct, no? And some boys want to work for the environment. They say that environment is getting polluted. So one time my special master was coming in a flight, same flight that Menaka Gandhi was also there. So when Maharaj was getting down, she saw him and asked, Swamiji, what are you doing for the environment? She asked. We work for environment, she said, and what are you doing? Maharaj said, you see, you work for external environment, I work for internal environment. He said, we preach the message of the Gita to clean the hearts of the people of lust, anger, and greed. And then he told her, if there is internal environment is cleaned up, that will naturally lead to external environment also being cleaned. One whose heart is clean will not exploit the environment. And she appreciated that point. Very good point. So, in the same manner, when we talk about the goal of life, people have some mundane goals. You can saturate this world to some degree. But again and again, the same old bad things will be repeating because the ocean cannot be dried up. Similarly, Maya cannot be stopped going. Maya will continue going the same way. But we can go beyond Maya and we can take all jivas beyond Maya to the spiritual world. So, when Srila Prabhupada met his spiritual master for the first time, he was not ready to go and meet him. You all know that? He said, I have seen so many monks who are smoking bidi, he said. Because his father used to welcome some monks to his house. And then his father would feed them. But after eating, the monks would go outside and smoke a cigarette. So Prabhupada saw that when he was a small boy. He didn't he didn't feel any kind of respect for such cheaters. In the name of religion, they wear a religious garb, but they live life just like anyone else outside. So, but his friend told, this Swamiji whom I am going to take you is not an ordinary person. He is a very exalted soul, please come. So Naren caught him by the hand and took away Babu. When Prabhupada went and offered obeisances along with his friend, before even he got up, his Guru gave him a lifetime instruction. He said, you are young educated boys, why don't you take this message to the Western world and give the message of the Gita to the West? Abhay was amazed. What is this? I have not even gotten up. I am a new boy. He doesn't know me who I am and is giving me an instruction. Let me ask him a question. So he said, how will people take the message of Gita seriously in the world? India is under foreign rule now. We are under alien yoke. How are the people going to take seriously? Like that he asked a question. And in response to that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur powerfully answered. He said, this knowledge of Gita is timeless. It is given millions of years ago. And this knowledge of soul, it is an eternal platform. Today somebody is ruling India, tomorrow, like Mughals are ruling for a while, they went and British came. When British went again, Chinese were attacking. Somebody will come, somebody will go. That will always keep changing. But this knowledge will never change. This is the knowledge of the soul. It is not pertinent to Indians. It is pertinent to all jivas in the world. Every soul needs to hear this knowledge. And this is the emergency. If this knowledge is understood, there can be peace all over the world. There will be no quarrel, there will be no fight. And then we told about Dr. Mahaprabhu also. When Abhay Babu heard it, instantly he had a change of heart. At that time he had come to meet his guru with the khadi. You know khadi? Khadi is a dress, who used to wear it? Gandhians. So our Abhay Babu was a Gandhian at that time. Those days wearing khadi means it's a political symbol. He rejected the degree also. He rejected the degree and wore khadi. Swadeshi movement, correct? No? He was following that. So, from that Desh Prem, in one meeting, he was elevated to Krishna Prem. That was a paradigm shift for him. So, just meeting his Guru in one meeting. So, his life's purpose became from material to spiritual in just one meeting. So, that's why I told you, ask yourself the question, why are you doing what you are doing? Why am I doing what am I doing? One can answer this question. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, example is given that the honey bees, they work very hard and gather honey in a honeycomb. You've seen that? A big honeycomb hanging sometimes, you've seen that? And all the light they accumulate. One day morning, a farmer comes with a fire torch and drives away all the honeybees and takes the honeycomb and goes away. In the same manner, we all work hard little by little by little, we accumulate money and the bank balance goes from thousands to lakhs, lakhs to crores. One has accumulated a few crores of rupees. And then Bhagavatam, one verse says, either money leaves you or you leave money. Either of the two will happen. Like in Durban, there was one boy from Pune. He was sitting in his room with a laptop. The window was open. Somebody with a covered mask, only the eyes were open. He came with a gun, with a gloves in the hand. He came with a gun. One hand was saying like this, one hand was showing gun like this. He was asking for the laptop, give it. So the boy thought, if I don't give, he may shoot me. And if I give, he may take it and go away. He will not shoot me. So what is more important? Laptop is more important, life is more important. So then he decided to give away. Correct now. What if he didn't give? If he tried to catch the gun or something, if he just turned it around and shoot on his face, instantly he will die, isn't it? So he gave it up. So this boy was selling, he purchased that laptop into 3 lakhs, very costly one, heavy duty laptop it was. For getting that laptop, he worked for 5 years. So in this way, sometimes the money we save leaves us. Or at the time of death, money remains in bank, but we leave it. Our car is parked in the parking lot, and bank is money is kept in the bank, and your laptop is in the room. We leave behind everything and we quit. We leave and go. Either money leaves us or we leave the money. Like that. Therefore, money, 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 money is honey. It is said. Just so you understand, you are able to understand the comparison. Honeybees collect honey, they lose the honey. So, is money the only goal of life that we accumulate and considering that to be the ultimate goal of life? One should ask this question. So, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, very beginning, Arjuna was taught, Arjuna, you are the greatest warrior in the entire world, but now you are completely shattered. There is no confidence in you. You put the bow down, you are weeping like a coward. Krishna said, get up, and then he taught him the knowledge. You are not the body, you are the spirit soul. The soul never dies. The body is never alive. So don't lament the dying body. And don't be working on the bodily platform. Some are working on bodily platform, some on mind platform. And they really want you to work on the spiritual platform. So how do you work on spiritual platform? Krishna told him, don't fight this battle as a Kshatriya. Fight this battle as my devotee. If you fight as a Kshatriya, you will have revengeful thoughts about your enemies. If you fight for me, you will feel loving emotions towards me. You are working for me. Keep that in mind. Similarly, you all are going to office, doing your job. If you think I am Krishna's devotee, I am not this body, I will work, I will use a part of my money to subsidize the books and distribute Prabhupada's books. Or I will use a part of my money to cook prasad and distribute to friends. So, in this way, you can make your work worship. Work is mundane, worship is divine, but work becomes worship when the fruits of work are connected to divine. Then only it becomes worship. Otherwise, it's mundane. It has no connection. You can read I will give you on homework 11.55 Bhagavad Gita. You can read the purport when you go back. Mat karma mat paramo, mat bhakta, sanghavarjita. Very nice verse. Purport Prabhupada explained how a poor man can serve, how a rich man can serve. How we can connect our work to Krishna. So first be clear about the purpose. Now, why did I speak about the purpose so long? I will tell you. Once you know the purpose, then the next 2 points are very easy. Now, work-life balance, we say, isn't it? Work-life balance, how is it achievable? See, one time, a landlord told a woodcutter that as many number of trees you cut and bring, that much money I'll give you. Then the first day he cut 1 tree, second day 2 trees, third day 3 trees, fourth day 4 trees. And if I ask you fifth day how much he did, you will naturally say 5 trees. But he cut only 1 tree. Landlord asked him, have you become lazy now? Man said, no sir, I exerted even more than the 4th day. I don't know why. And the reason was, what was the reason? The saw had become blunt and it had become heated up. It was very hot and blunt. It was not working at all properly. Then the landlord told him, you have to take out some time to sharpen it. In the same manner, you all will see, when you go to company, when you do the job continuously, After some time, your head gets heated up. And when your head is heated up, then your speed increases or reduces? Reduces. The heart machine doesn't function, correct? No? Sometimes the computer also continuously used for a long time starts hanging. Sometimes you've seen that it gets heated up. No? Sometimes the fan is not working, it gets heated up, correct? No? So, therefore, one should know that our life is not only just for working alone. No? There has to be a work-life balance, we say. Now, how do you balance the life? You have a spiritual goal, you are a spirit soul, so you have a spiritual goal. And you have material body and material relationships, so that is also very important. You cannot, therefore, there's a horizontal duty, there's a vertical duty. Both duties are there. So, how do you balance both duties? If you only do horizontal duty means you are like a duck. Duck goes round and round, bug, 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 it can never fly up. But vertical duty is like a swan, it takes you up. So spiritual duties will take you up, material duties will keep you in the material world. But material duties cannot be neglected. Why? I'll tell you the reason. Say you have a car, say you are a marketing man or whatever, you are supposed to recover the money from all the people, from your clients. First you have to make the car ready, correct? No? Morning you get up, wash the car, put air in the tire, put radiator, water, all those things you have to do. You have to make the car ready. Then once you sit in the car, you don't think about the car anymore. Then you think about the business. Correct? And similarly, morning you get up, you have to clear the belly, you have to brush the teeth, you have to take the bath, and you have to put on the dress, eat your food, or do yoga, whatever. So body is ready now. After that, one should think of God. Because the life's goal is to go back to God. One can think of. So that's where the balance comes. You need time for your personal self. You need time for your relationships with the family members and friends. They have supported you from the childhood. You have some obligation naturally. We have a relationship. Then we have our work, the career. We need some time for that. Because in this world, unless you work and earn your livelihood, you can't maintain relatives. So naturally, you need to work for that. You do that. And then there's time for God. So one has to, this is what is the balance we call it. So there are four aspects of human life: physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. If somebody is taking very good care of the body by going to gym, he's called as a good animal. If somebody takes care of relatives, friends very nicely, he's called as a good friend. Somebody is very expert in his own field and keeps abreast of what is happening in his own field up to yesterday or today. He's called as a good craftsman. If one takes out time to pray to God, he's called as a good saint. One who combines all the four is called as a complete human being. So if you want to be a complete human being, take care of the body, take care of your mind, take care of your profession. Take care of your friendships, take care of your profession, and take care of God. When you do all the four, then your life is complete, it's considered. Otherwise, if you miss out on any of this, you will find some kind of lack in your life. Therefore, we say a very simple formula: morning for Krishna, daytime for profession, evening for family. So divide like that. So one man asked me, can't we reverse this? The morning for family, and then daytime for profession. And evening, when I come back, somehow I'll finish my round at night. And then he said, I'm going to try this. Early morning he got up, in the name of giving time to family, he would go to kitchen and fight with his wife. Early morning. The wife will say that I'm cooking in the kitchen, you are giving me a headache in the early morning. So she went and told her counselor, this fellow early morning he comes to trouble me in the kitchen. So the counselor told her, you don't know, that's why early morning you have to be with God. Don't trouble other people in the family. Allow your wife to cook in the kitchen, you go to puja room. Because some people, if they don't do chanting, they will certainly use their mouth for some other trouble creating. Better get up in the morning and go to puja room and chant. And also early morning chanting gives you your direction in life. It gives you compass. It gives you the spiritual shakti to discriminate what is right, what is wrong, what to pick, what to choose, all those things. So, if one is going to not have this balance, then it is like that fellow who went to cut the tree in the forest, continuously cutting. So there are many, many techniques they use, even while doing the job, by which your job can be made easy. One of the things they call it the Pomodoro technique, they call it. 25 minutes you work and 5 minutes you take a break. Again 25 minutes you work, again 5 minutes you take a break. And in this 25 minutes, do only one thing. If any phone calls come, just cut it. Don't entertain. Tell all your people in your phone, send one message to everybody that till 1 o'clock you won't get me. If you call me, I will call you back, but not before 1. Because morning, your time between 9 to 1 is, high productivity time. So early morning when you get up, you can make plans, creative thoughts, ideas, innovations, affirmations. Morning time is very good for that because the mind is like a wax. It's moldable in the early morning, like a wet cement. You can make impressions, especially between 4 to 8. That's a very good time. That's why we chant at that time. Mind is very good to cleanse in the morning. And between 8 to 2 is a very good time, prime time of your day where you can do a lot of hard work. Your energy level is very high. And your attention, energy level, everything is high between 8 to 2. You can work. Then between 2 to 5, you can do things like emailing, making phone calls, finishing the pending work, connecting with some colleagues in the office and telling them what to do tomorrow and all those things. That kind of, it's a less productive time of the day, between 2 to 6. And when you come in the evening, evening time, Sandhya time, one can do some bhajan, kirtan, or spend time with the family members, go for some attending some program with the family, go to some temple with the family, and then come back at night and take early prasadam before 7 and sleep before 9:30. Lie down, sleep with the sun and wake up with the sun. So if you design your day like this, you will see that the body will be very efficient. So I heard that Americans actually work like 9 to 5 and they don't work beyond that. Is it true? I heard
they work more.
Huh?
They work more than that.
Yeah, they work more than
But
that.
they get paid double.
Yeah. Those who work, yeah. But some people stick to the 9 to 5 type of job.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then after 5 they have other important things to do. Many of them go for jogging, many other things they do. They personally take care and they give time for other things. So one is well planned in usage of time. This is one of the things. And another thing is when we do the work, you can combine 4 types of work: hard work, smart work, and hard work, smart work, teamwork, and heart work. If you combine this, nobody can catch you. This will produce the maximum output of work. Like hard work, everybody knows. You don't have to use your head, use your hands and legs. That's all. That's hard work. And smart work means creative work. You can do the same work by taking shortcuts. You all know the story of that crow which had water level below. What he did? Brought stones and put inside in water because if it goes inside, it can't come out. So it increased the level of water and drank. So it's considered a very intelligent crow. But more intelligent than that crow is a crow which brought a straw from a fruit juice shop and then put it, I drank and went away. He didn't have to bring the stones. Bringing stones would mean heavy things, isn't it? So smart work means you find out a short. One example I'll tell you. In Hyderabad, we got one land given by the government to us. They gave some 3-4 acre land, big land. The government told us the problem with this land is it's very, very rocky. If you have to remove all the rocks, it will take you 3 to 4 crores of rupees. So we are ready to give it to your temple. Take it for the temple. Your guide can make temple. If you want to spend 4 crores, break all the rocks, remove it, and then you can make the temple. So they gifted to us this temple. We took it. So recently we had a meeting and discussion. One devotee came up with the idea of discussion with the engineers and all. What the engineer said, you don't have to break the rocks, we'll make pillars, erect pillars, and make a platform, and we'll make our temple like Balaji temple, up above. People can climb up and come, and that will be more respectable and very attractive also. If you make a temple at a height. And the temple height also will be great. From the road, people will look up at the temple also. And we don't have to break the rocks at all. Rocks will remain where they are. We'll make it above the rocks. How many of you think it's a good idea? Correct? It's a smart work. Correct, no? So we avoided the hard work. So hard work and smart work and teamwork means depending on how your relationships are with your family members, with your friends, with your colleagues in the office. To that degree, others will be available to help you. Whenever you need some help for anything, you just make one phone call to somebody, they will do it for you. And amazingly, in this world, some people have no such friendships. And some people have some strained relationships. But if one is very humble, gentle, well behaved, kind, considerate, helpful, courteous with others, you make such friendships, then you'll have a lot of people to help you. In office, you have certain people who will help you. In your home situation, there are many who will come forward to help your family whenever you are in need like that, isn't it? So that is teamwork means you can delegate some of your work to others that saves your burden also. Correct, no? Like for example, one man wants to send his son, for swimming class. So the neighborhood family, their son is also going for the swimming. So he tells them, "Can you please take my son also?" And they happily take. The relationship is good, they will take. Imagine you quarrel with your neighbor, they will say, "No, we cannot take." Correct? It's as simple as that. Huh? Very simple. So if you are a friendly personality, you by that you can get teamwork. Multiple people will be available to you to help you. Then fourthly, heart work. What is heart work? One who prays will get empowerment from God. For example, those who very fervently pray, they will get the clarity of vision to know what is Krishna, what is Maya, which direction to go, which direction not to go. And they will also be able to restrain the lower natures. Namely, like for example, there are provocations coming in the form of lust and anger. Somebody may provoke you by making you angry. Some lusty proposals may come. Or similarly, one may become greedy sometimes, be allured by some friend who tells about, they are doing this, you also do it. Isn't it? So, but if you pray to God, you are able to subdue the lower nature, at the same time bring the angel-like nature out of you. Then that prayer empowers you also to do great things. Prayer actually can make you do things which are humanly impossible also. Like Srila Prabhupada prayed, and you can see what Prabhupada did in the West in his old age. Because while coming in the Jaladuta only offered prayer. We hear about that famous song. Bado Kripa Koile Krishna Adha Mera Prati. Correct, no? Yeah. So in this way, combine these four types of work, what comes out will be the best work. And you can't do better than this. There's no other way. After having done this, you leave it to God. Therefore we say, do your best and let Krishna do the rest. Do your best and because you sow the seed, Krishna will give the rain. You give the exam, invigilators will give the marks. You attend the interview call, panel will choose you for the job. So how much is in your hands? Only half of it. So the other half, should you worry about it or not? No. Why? It is not in our hands. Therefore, this is another way of effective work. That means, focus on things in which you have control and do not bother about things in which you have no control. So one great writer said, do not allow what you cannot do interfere with what you can do, he said. Because what you cannot do, if you are going to take anxiety about it, that is going to spoil your efficiency right now. Correct, no? So, Krishna says same thing. Karmaneva adhikaraste, mahaphaleshu kadachana. Karmaneva adhikaraste means what? Circle of influence. Mahaphaleshu kadachana, circle of concern. So Krishna says, where should you put your attention? Circle of influence or concern? Influence. And there is another thing, very important thing when you are doing your job. To make your job effective, I'll just show you that. See, spread this circle. There are three zones you are seeing. It's called as comfort zone, stress zone, and panic zone. So if you are in comfort zone, we are lifeless practically. Everything goes, take it easy, comfortable, unchallenged, stable, boring life. And if you go to panic zone, it's beyond your capacity you are taking up. By that, it's unrealistic target you take, and you are fearful, you are tense, you are exhausted, you are fed up, you are burnt out, frustrated, and all these things. So stress zone I have shown in yellow color. That's the best because panic zone is in Rajoguna, and comfort zone is in Tamoguna, and stress zone Satoguna. So this I have shown it in yellow. What happens in the stress zone? It is little more than your ability to do. So in case you accomplish the goal, it gives you a sense of thrill. Oh, it was a difficult challenge to achieve and I achieved it. You feel very happy also. Like rubber band, if you see you have a box, you want to put a rubber band over. If you stretch the rubber band and put it, sticks well. On the other hand, the box is very small, you put a rubber band loosely, it will come out. So loose rubber band comes out, stretched rubber band holds. Too much stretched rubber band, what does it do? Breaks. So don't stretch it to the point of breaking, that is panic zone. And don't keep it too loose like the comfort zone. So in stretch zone, you get something called as flow, we call it. The flow is a very, like for example, today morning, our Vijay Prabhu took both of us, me and my assistant went with him. 2 boxes he completed books. Whatever books he took, practically he returned back with empty boxes. So when you go, when you have a goal, you accomplish the goal, you feel a great thrill, isn't it? And in fact, he was going to the college for the first time today, correct, Prabhu? His first time he's going, he didn't even see the college first. It's just 20 minutes from here. We put a table and we got to see how he speaks to the students. So when you take a challenge, when you go and accomplish it, you feel a thrill. And then you keep building up on that. And how will you know it is going beyond the stretch zone? How do you know? How will you know that your work is going beyond your ability to do? You will get panic. You will feel irritable. You will feel frustrated. So that can be avoided. Okay. So in this way, this also is to make your work efficient. So okay. So I have told you about that. So work-life balance, I have told you. The first thing about the goal of life, I have told you also. And okay, let us see. See these three things. I have written an example also here. The career life balance, I spoke to you just now. Now, Rama had a very good balance. As a king, son, husband, brother. He gave time for other relationships and he also acted as a perfect king. In his profession and in his relationship, he was perfect. And a dharma-centered life. And stress-free productivity. Lord Krishna is a first-class example of a cool leader. He never got stressed by Arjuna's non-cooperation in the beginning. Krishna is the top-notch, crisis manager the world has ever seen. You can imagine number one commander-in-chief collapsed. Said, I am not, Nayoche iti govinda muktva tushnim babu. I am not going to fight. He put his Gandiva down. Krishna didn't say, you cannot fight, get lost, give me your bow and arrow. I will manage. He didn't say that. He spoke Bhagavad Gita to him and he made that fellow fight. And Krishna, you will see, you will never find Krishna taking bow and arrow. Rather, he inspired Arjuna to fight. He always remained advisor. But that doesn't mean Krishna told Arjuna, Arjuna can sleep in the chariot, I will take care. No. He told him, you have to take initiative, but I will give you advice. So, stress-free productivity, Krishna shows the top-notch example. And the purpose of living, I already told you. So, all the three I have covered now. Any questions? One of the things that I have not spoken, which will take time, is about this thing. This one. Urgent, not urgent. Actually, this is for prioritization. For example, some things are urgent and they're important. So you have to do it right now. Some things are not urgent. Just 1 minute. Some things are not urgent. So, and they're important. So you can schedule a time to do it. Some things are not important but urgent, like phone call comes to you urgently. They're not very important. You can delegate to somebody else. You can do it later. And then some things are neither urgent, not important, useless things. You just delete them. So we all have to take this table and write down what are the things. So what is it? I have explained it even more here in this. If you see, if you see here, do means for tasks with clear deadlines and significant consequences if not completed in a timely fashion. You understand what it is, no? This is a crisis management. You have to do it today, tomorrow. Let me tell you a simple example. Say, I want to make a poster for a program. I ask one of you, how many of you are ready to help me make a poster? Many of you may raise hand. Then some of you ask me, "Please, when is it?" I may say, "Today night only I want." Then what you may say, "Prabhu, sorry, tonight it's not possible. No, it will take me a couple of hours. If you told me in advance, I would have done." But imagine I want a poster for 2 weeks later. How many boys will be ready? Big number will be ready. Correct, no? That is why the second quadrant is best. This quadrant, yellow color. That means if how many of you plan ahead of things, that much your freedom will be increased. Okay. Like myself, now I make a calendar for the whole year, and I put it in online also. I'll just show you, you'll get an idea. You can just see this is April. So like this, I fill up for the whole year till December. It's ready now. Everything is put. Big things I fill up in the beginning like this, and then later on I know what is going to come which month, and then further details I will add later. As the dates draw closer, I'll keep adding afterwards. So like that, I filled up and kept. So the advantage, what is the advantage of planning ahead like this? That is quadrant 2. You understand? Huh? Then lot of people will be available to help you. And then certain things you can delegate and you delete. So I will stop here. It's getting late now. I'd like to take some questions from you. Anybody? So this is a topic, applied spirituality, balancing work with a higher purpose. So this is higher, applied spirituality means integrating spiritual principles of purpose, mindfulness, values into daily work and life. Why it matters. Aligning actions with meaning reduces stress and enhances fulfillment. Basically, if you are a very good prioritizer, put first things first. As soon as you get up in the morning, take bath and chant your rounds. Then you are the most intelligent devotee. You don't keep any rounds for the night. No. And then once chanting is done, you can do the aratis, and you can also read a half an hour of Bhagavatam. Those who do these things on a daily basis, all kings did that. Janaka Maharaj did that. Ambrish Maharaj did that. Those who put spiritual goals as the biggest rocks in the jar, the important ones. You heard this example? One man was given a big rocks, then smaller rocks, then powdered stones, then sand and water. He was told to put everything inside. What this man did, first he put the sand, then he put the small, these things. Then he put the smaller stones. Finally, big rocks remained outside. Ideally, what you should do, you put the big rocks first inside, then put smaller rocks. They will go and fit in the gaps. Then put the smaller one inside and shake it. They will go inside. Then you put sand and water finally. Everything will fit. So the biggest rocks are japa, Nam Japam, in the morning. Rising early in the morning, chanting Nam Jap, reading Bhagavatam, and doing the aratis. These are like the biggest rocks. You do it, and then you go to company. Vital job is of big rocks. Between what you do between 9 to 3, or 9 to 2. Put the big rocks first. And then the other smaller Totamota, some emails, phone calls you can always do in the afternoon, evening. Less important thing. Is it clear? In this way, by prioritizing what is really important for you, valuable to you, you'll be able to manage life effectively. Thank you, Mr. Prabhupada. Ki? Questions? Any one question? Or, next one.
Any significance in chanting number of rounds? Like, why do we emphasize certain number?
Yeah, because actually, ideally speaking, we should chant 24 hours. Because Krishna says, Satatam, Kirtan Tomam. But we can't chant 24 hours because we are conditioned souls and our mind is running like anything racing. So Krishna so kindly has arranged an alternative facility for us. He says, okay, chant a couple of hours. Other times, in order to remember me, you do seva. That is easy for us. Like going out on book distribution, on Harinam Sankirtan, or cooking, cleaning, washing. So he has given us alternative services. So that way we can connect with the Lord through service. Therefore we chant, another Purana also says that if you chant 25,000 names, the mind comes under control. That is one Purana which says that. Therefore Prabhupada has given us only 25,000 names, which is 16 rounds. Clear, no? Yeah, any other question? Anybody else? We can recollect something you can do three things. You can recollect one point from what I spoke, or ask a question, or you can speak a reflection on this topic, what you heard now today. Huh? Yes. Go ahead.
I think if I understood correctly, I believe you are preaching for like discipline and moderation.
Yeah.
And I think that there are plenty of examples, like Vedically and otherwise, that support you can reach like great success. You can reach like the top, let's say, percentile of people um, by following that method. But I think that there are examples, both Vedically and otherwise, that also show that like a fanatical obsession and engaging in just obsessively pursuing a single pursuit without care for moderation. There are also equally those examples of people who achieve not the top percentile, but we're talking the top 0.1 percentile or the top 1 percentile of history, you know? So what would you say to that?
No, therefore you have to define what is success. In my talk today, I told about the honeybee. They collect honey, but they don't enjoy the honey. Similarly, you're obsessed in making money, but you don't enjoy that money. After your death, somebody else is going to take it. Then how do you consider it a success? That's my question. For example, somebody says getting a postdoctorate fellowship from Massachusetts is the highest goal of life. So you get it. You got it. So it looks like success. But when you die, you are not going to carry the degree with you. Like I'm Radheshyam, IIT people introduced. Next lifetime when I'm born as a baby, I'm beginning degree from the previous life kind of thing. I start with Baba Black Sheep. Then I may be obsessed in getting it. But how can we consider it a success? In the time span of the universe, crores, millions of years, our lifespan is a short flash. That's all. So, like, some so-called success in this flash of time, how can it be considered success? On the contrary, if you had a change of heart, you purified the soul's covering, the mind, and then you liberate the soul from the eternal soul should be liberated from the dying material body. Liberate it and take to God. That is real success. Because then you are going to live eternally in that position. Krishna says, Yad Datva Nani Vartante. You will never come back. So, honestly speaking, I can touch my heart and say, I consider that as the ultimate success. It's a fountainhead of all liberties, Prabhu says. There is little liberty. Heaven is little liberty. If you get moksha, Brahma Jyoti, that's little liberty. But if you go to back to Godhead, you can see here Krishna sitting with all covered boys in the bank of Yamuna eating prasad with all the friends. This is fountainhead of all liberties. Because once you attain this position, you never fall back after that. So you may say that somebody headlong endeavored for cracking some competitive exam. It looks like a big success now. But how long will that success last? Who will remember it? After you die and other people, nobody is going to remember that. Neither is it going to benefit you anyway. When you leave one situation, the next body you go, you don't carry the degree with you. So then how do you define success that you have to tell me?
Context of like the same way that Arjun is known as like the supreme archer, right?
Yeah, correct.
And the examples given are
Arjuna is glorified not only because he was a great archer, he was an archer who was aligned with Krishna's will. Otherwise, simply being an archer doesn't make him great. Like, do we talk about Battle of Panipat? We don't talk about, World War I and II. We talk about Kurukshetra. Because Krishna was there. Where Krishna comes into picture, everything becomes spiritualized. Arjuna's archery is glorified. Kurukshetra battle itself is glorified. Krishna is present. Vrindavan is glorified because Krishna's lotus feet are there. Correct? No? He was not just a archer. He was not just competent. He had competence, character, devotion. All the three. Otherwise, competence alone is useless. See, in one village, there was one doctor, a physician. So one friend had actually a problem. Some surgery was to be done. He was wondering, should I go to this, my friend who is a physician, gender physician, or there was one surgeon who was also in the same town. He was London returned. That surgeon was London returned. The only problem is that surgeon was known to be stealing some organs. He's called organ chore, Dr. Organ Chore. They say that he steals kidney and sells because he makes a lot of money through that. So some suspicion was there in the London returned doctor, although he was a surgeon, very well renowned and all that. He got many medals and all that. So now, which doctor will you go to? Will you go to the general physician for your operation? Or will you go to the London returned organ chore, Dr. Organ Chore, will you go to him? Whom will you go to? I'm asking you.
The renowned,
Which one?
the renowned.
Renowned one. So what if he steals your kidney? Tomorrow, he leaves one kidney has stolen.
Presumably renowned for reason is why.
He will not do it, but he is already known to be doing for many people. There is a complaint which is, he has tried to escape from the court many times. Because of his money, he has suppressed the cases. People are talking about it. Okay, how many of you go to the other physician? Majority of them. So what I will do, I will take my general physician to Dr. Asranchor. I will make both of them sit. When my operation is going on, I tell my friend, my eyes will be closed, I will be having given anesthesia and all. I totally rely on you, make sure this fellow doesn't steal. Which means we don't want only character or only competence, we want a combination of character and competence. That's the point. Character competence alone is also not enough, we want devotion. Character, competence and devotion. Because character and competence may keep you in this world, the devotion will take you up, back to God. Clear, no? Anything else? Anybody? Any other reflection or any point you want to share? Was it clear what I spoke?
Thank you for your class. Is it fair to say that you gave an example of using a car as the material duties
Yes.
and using that as a vehicle to do your
Well, we are the
spiritual duties?
driver. We are the driver.
Yeah. Is it fair to say that you offer all of your material duties to Krishna?
Yes, we can offer. I'll tell you how. There are two ways one can offer all one's things to Krishna. Say, for example, you do what you like to do and you offer the fruits to Krishna. Say you're buying a house. You can give an altar to Krishna, the house, and say that, my dear Lord, now this house is yours, you are allowing me to live here. So your house becomes spiritualized. You eat food, offer a portion of the food to Krishna. Then all the food becomes sanctified like that. You're earning salary, offer some 10% of your salary to the temple, and then all your money becomes sanctified. Correct, no? Then you have a desire to marry. Now marry a woman legally wedded with blessings of both the parents, and then both of you come to temple and chant Hare Krishna, then the family becomes sanctified. Correct, no? Similarly, in the same manner, everything that we do in our life can be connected to Krishna. Therefore we say, Chodana nahi jodna. Whatever we do, we make sure it's connected to the Lord. We don't do independently. Why it's important, I'll tell you. When you're connecting it to the Lord, three things are very important. All of you repeat this. Sanctioned, sanctified, regulated. Like vegetarian food is sanctioned. When it is offered to Krishna, it is sanctioned. When you eat it in moderate proportion, correct, no? Similarly, accepting a wife in wedding is sanctioned. When husband and wife both become devotees of Krishna, sanctioned. When husband and wife don't live extravagantly, but make the home a temple and live a God conscious life, regulated life. Right? So in this way, everything can be sanctioned. Like for example, doing a job honorably without cheating, that is sanctioned. And earning money by that, correct, no? And then when you offer a portion of that money to Krishna service, it is sanctioned. And you save money, you cut costs and give charity also for Lord service, then it is regulated. But some people who don't save money, they extravagantly spend, then it's not regulated. Correct, no? So in this way, when you connect any activity to the Lord, you cannot act sinfully. For example, somebody likes to eat chicken. Now they say that I offer everything to Krishna, only chicken I cannot offer, without offering I'll eat. Then it becomes sinful. Correct, no? So that's the advantage. When you offer to Krishna, Krishna will make sure that you are free from any sin. No? And then your life becomes sublime by that. So this is the beginning stage. This is called as regulated life. Now when you become an advanced devotee, you don't do these three things. You give yourself to Krishna. Manasa deho geho yo kichu more arpilo tuva pade Nanda Kishore. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, my dear Lord, not that I am giving one small portion of my house to you, saying that this is altar for you. My house, my body, my mind, my relatives, friends, whatever you possess is all yours. I am offering. I am your man now. You engage me in your service now. This is Bhakti Yoga. Therefore it is said, when you are a Karma Yogi, you do whatever you like and then you offer fruits to God. Bhakti Yogi means you act for God. You become God's man. Therefore it is said, if you are a Karma Yogi, you work for God. When you are a Bhakti Yogi, God works for you. It is said. Correct, no? Like Krishna riding a chariot of Arjuna. So Krishna works for Arjuna. You can see that. So in this way, when we are engaging, the body is compared to the car, and the soul is like the driver of the car. Correct? No? So the body has some necessities to be done, but devotees do it in a Krishna conscious way. For example, devotees use the eyes for seeing the Lord, ears for hearing the katha or kirtan, and the mouth for eating the prasada and chanting the holy name, nose for smelling the flower offered to Lord, legs for walking to the temple, hands for clapping in the kirtan or doing some services, playing mridangam and different things. So one boy asked this one Chandramani Maharaj in Pune, Maharaj, how can a boy use his genitals in Krishna service? He asked. Maharaj said, if you are not married, pass urine and keep it inside, don't do anything else. He said, that is the way you can use in Krishna service. Don't meddle with it, don't fall down with that. And then he said, if you are married, then you are allowed to use genitals for begetting children and raising them in Krishna consciousness. So every one of our bodily senses can be engaged in Lord service like that. Then that is Bhakti Yogi. Bhakti Yogi means Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevana, Bhakti Ruchite. Engaging senses in the service of the master of the senses. Is that clear? Yeah. So Karma Yogi, Bhakti Yogi, that's the difference. Karma Yogi, sanctioned, sanctified, regulated. Bhakti Yogi means he gives everything to the Lord. A devotee thinks I am Krishna's. I belong to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. I also belong to Krishna. He thinks like that. He was asked Hanuman. Ravana caught him and brought him to the palace. He asked him, hey monkey, who are you? Hanuman said, Dasoham Kaushalendrasya Ramasya Aklishta Karmana. He said, I am servant of Lord Ramachandra who is completely, his character is spotless character, he said. And then Ravana said, see, now that you are caught by me, I am going to put you behind the bars. Better you obey what I am saying. Like that Ravana said. And Hanuman said, Naham Rama Siddhutasya Karishya Vachanam Tava. Understand, I am Rama's servant, not your servant. I give you full assurance that I will not follow you, he said. Because I am whose servant? Lord Rama's servant, he said. So, Hanuman was completely feeling a sense of belonging to Lord Rama. So we should feel the same way. I am Krishna Das. Feel like that. Then that is the meaning of a devotee. I am Krishna Das and I am Bhakta Das. I am Guru Das. And I will do what they guide me. That's the way a devotee. And then Krishna takes full charge of you if you do that. He says, you are my man, then whatever you do, I take responsibility for you. And it is very easy to understand. Say you are working for a company. All of you wear in your neck, correct? No? Like I am wearing bead bag now. Here you don't wear that in the company. India they wear it, correct? No? What do you call that? Badge. You have to wear the company name they wear, correct? No? So that you remind yourself, I belong to Infosys or Microsoft, whatever you have to remind. So now you work, for example, inside the company, they will give you a lot of facilities, correct? No? They give you a cabin, they give you a computer, they give you all facilities, but they all should be used for whose purpose? Therefore, company is giving it because you are using for whose purpose? If you are using it for yourself, why will they give it? Similarly, Krishna has given everything so that we can use it in his service. Then we are Krishna conscious. Use it. And then the company, you use it all for company's purpose, company gives you promotion also. They will give you bigger and bigger position. Krishna will take you more and more higher and higher and take you back to him, because everything should be aligned with him, engaged in his service. That's the way we grow. Huh? So that was a good question. Now it's getting late. We can do 3-4 minutes kirtan. Where is the I can play? We all keep coming in Bhakti Sangha, this kind of monthly meeting, and you can come on the weekends. Nowadays here we have the Vijay Prabhu also staying here. Any of you want to go with him for book distribution experience, Prabhuji can take you. Today he took us. It was such a memorable experience for us. You can see how he very compassionately preaches to the college youth, how he makes the good. Anytime you have some free time you want to go with him, you can request Prabhuji to take you. And you know what is his age now? Anybody can guess? Vijay Prabhu? What is your guess? Huh?
70?
He is 60?
Tomorrow birthday.
Tomorrow is birthday. Haribol. Yes. Service is like a 20-year-old boy. Very enthusiastic. So you all are very fortunate. Actually, he's supposed to be in LA, but he's coming and staying here because he is motivating our group of devotees here and personally going on distribution. You all, whenever you get little free time, you want to go with him, please take advantage. Huh? You are raising hands?
Endeavors go to in their war situation before they go to sannyas,
Yes.
like Agnatavas.
Yeah.
And when war happens, everything is settled in terms of business settlement, that this is mine, that is yours. Fighting happened, and conclusion happened.
Correct. Finally,
Finally,
they became the king of the world.
Yeah. So,
Yes. Correct.
so why couldn't they decide earlier?
Oh, actually,
Why
it
was
was Krishna's order. Why didn't they decide to go to Himalayas early, he is asking? Because devotees do what Krishna wants them to do. If Krishna tells them become a king of the world, they'll be king of the world. Go to forest, they'll go to forest. Be a beggar, they'll be beggar. Be a king of the world, they'll be king of the world. Whatever Krishna says, they will do. Because they are whose property? That is the mood of a devotee. Like Krishna told Ambarish Maharaj, be the king of the world. He will be the king. Pandavas actually Yudhishthira Maharaj, 12 years in the forest, he was perfectly happy. He was not in depression, I am in forest now. No. This is my dharma. No? He went to the stages and learned all the teachings on how a king should rule later on. Plus, Arjuna went to get celestial weapons from the heavenly planets. He went to Shiva and got Pashupasastra. Agni gave him the chariot. Indra gave him the horses. So you will see Pandavas were not sleeping in the forest. They were king. They were actually doing what Krishna would want them to do. Devotee means that. Devotee will align his life with Krishna. And it's very, if you read Prabhupada's books, it becomes very clear how as devotees we all should act in this day and age. Clear? Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
लक्ष्मी भगवान की जय श्री गौर निताई की लीला प्रभुपाद की समावेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय बाबा कीर्तन की one of the times when I came here, I met with many of the Bhakta Sangha group devotees. I was making one request to them that all of you, you all are scattered in different places you're staying. But if you consider two very important things, wherever you may be coming closer to the temple here, and taking a house like this close to the temple where you can walk down to the temple, and staying in groups of devotees, maybe at least 4 or 5. Like in a house like this, about 6 can stay. In America, there's a limitation of number of people in the house. In India, in a house like this, 20 boys will stay. In America, the owner put some restriction. The 5, 6 of you will stay, and if any of you can consider this possibility, the advantage I will tell you, there are multiple advantages. One advantage is they are actually intending to get a cook, very nice cook. Tomorrow the cook can cook even for 30, 40 devotees also. So morning, evening, hot prasad, we want to offer to Boga to Lord and serve the devotees. That is one advantage for you, because outside you don't get good food and many devotees want to only eat prasad, they don't want to eat outside. Correct, no? That's one advantage. Another advantage, you have beautiful deities here, Radha Madan Mohan. The temple morning is blissful chanting. Today morning I was there in the temple. Staying at a stone's throw from the temple, you can just walk down in 6 minutes from here. If you take a place here, then imagine morning about 15, 20 boys are coming together to chant, how it will be. That too in the temple hall. See, temple hall vibrancy cannot be imitated anywhere else, any other room. We stay with other boys, some of you may be staying with Karmi boys who are not devotees also. So you can't bring this atmosphere there. But if you come close to temple, you have the morning ambience. Kautukarna Prabhu is personally available here. He's staying here, correct, na Prabhu? He stays here, he's the leader here, he's the ashram head here. And many times when he comes, Devrat Prabhu comes here, and Vijay Prabhu is also here now. So you get this devotees association here. There are many other seniors. You have, Mukaravinda Prabhu, Achyut Prabhu. These devotees keep frequenting the temple here. Kundaranand Prabhu. So you get to associate with devotees. Devotee association is powerful here. Deities are available personally, and vibrant morning program. And any visitor like Chaitanya Prabhu comes, or Acharya Prabhu comes, Achyut Prabhu. So Maharajas are visiting here. you can just quickly go to temple. If you are far away, you get the news and for you to commute becomes difficult. You can easily go. So powerful association available, deities are available, morning program is available, prasadam is available. Of course, right now not available. If many are coming, we can arrange. We are thinking. If 20, 30 devotees are going to stay near the temple, then we can get a cook from India. They are thinking about it. Because cooking for 25, 30 people is very nice. We can appoint it, will be manageable. And we don't want to dump too many devotees in one flat like India they do. Because most of these houses are only two washrooms only. So 5, 6 people can stay. But whatever way you're staying, other place you can stay here. Even if it means a bit costly here, this area, it is worth because spiritually you are getting a lot here. And you can grow in your spiritual life very nicely while you are here. And one observation I made, those people who come close to temple, their expenditure reduces also very much. Because their materialistic mindset is less and spiritual mindset increases. So you'll be able to save money, cut costs. And then you will see that in Pune, many devotees who came near NVCs, they told me, Prabhuji, when you go to temple in the morning, we come back in the evening, again we go to temple, we forget any other sense gratification. We don't spend money at all. Money is intact in the pocket. Most of the time we are with devotees. Evenings you go for some program, morning go program, prasadam keep taking. Life will become very easy for you. On the other hand, right now you all are in different places. So you are managing a spiritual life, taking the roles of your life in your own hand. And on our own, running a spiritual life is a little difficult. And being with devotees in a boat is very easy. Correct, no? I'll ask a simple question. You driving the car to company, how is it? And you sitting behind in the car and somebody else drives, how is it? Is it the same or different? Very different. You sit behind, you can sleep, snore also a little bit. But in the front, you cannot do that. If you're driving a car and you doze, there can be accident. Correct, no? Similarly, when you are with devotees, they will take care of you. You chant with devotees, attend the morning program with devotees, take prasad with devotees, and you are living in a nearby flat, you get observation of senior devotees. This is the age for you to form your character. This is the age for you to grasp a spiritual life. I do not know individually about each of your situation that you all know best. But I would suggest you to discuss with Kautukarna Prabhu about where you are and everything. The reason I'm telling you now, somebody told me that September they renew. And the renewal happens almost at this time only. I think April, May, June, you fix the next term, I heard. If that is so, this is a good time. Kautukarna Prabhu knows all of you and he can actually help you form groups and stay. Correct, na Prabhu? In case you are interested. But that way, His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu is very big-hearted, fatherly figure here. He will never push anybody. But if any of you come near, tomorrow, if you go to Vaisheshika Prabhu and say this 25 devotees are staying here, you will have a big smile on the face. He'll be so happy. And also, he also wants many of you, your helping hands to reach out books and do some seva. And this is the right age. Once you marry, life will become busy after that. Correct or not? Is it going to be less busy or more busy? So now this is the age. Between 21 and 20 to 30 is a very good age for you. Gather as much Bhakti Sukriti as you can. Grab it now. Maximum. Don't stay far away to yourself, staying alone, staying with non-devotees, somewhere that you're chanting and going on. If you come here, you can practice with a lot of confidence and enthusiasm. So this is my humble request to you. Don't take it otherwise. It's just my request. Okay? Thank you very much.